yes, I definitely, you've got to have a candidate who's honest, because if you don't have a candidate that's honest, you know, you've got lots of trouble out there. But this thing, I mean, I've been a part of the free enterprise system, running businesses, and, you know, it's nice. There's fair competition, and then there's unfair competition. But what we've got right now is we've got a bunch of corporations out there that are backing these people, or backing a series of people, and say, hey, you know, we got a guy that's going to give us our wars, or you're going to be able to sell so many guns, we're going to attack this one and that one and the other one. You got a guy that's going to do that. And they'll get them the contributions, but there's a lot of unfair competition out there. I've been in it when I was in business for years. There's fair competition, unfair, fair and unfair. So anyway, this thing, I believe in the free enterprise system when it is fair. When it's unfair, I've seen it wipe out a whole lot of people, and we wouldn't be filled with monopolies that we have in this country if we had fair competition.
Thanks. I want to talk just a couple minutes about illegal immigration. And for this question, Mr. Quintana, you'll go first, then Mr. Rouser, then Mr. Crow, and then back to Mr. Quintana. The Obama Justice Department has filed suit against individual states like Arizona for their state laws on illegal immigration. So I've got several questions here. Do you agree with the Obama's administration's stand on this? Why or why not? Is this a state or a federal issue? And what would you do about illegal immigration?
That's a multi-part question. The first part is easy. It involves firing Obama and replacing the Attorney General. Now, when we see somebody that's going to make a decision to prosecute a state like Arizona and then not do their job in defending the Defense of Marriage Act, for example, and then do selective enforcement and not do their job in mandating voter ID, for example, this is partisanship at its worst, where an administration is taking the tools of the executive branch and their Attorney General and using them to enforce policy. Now, we know that this administration wants to open up all manners of amnesty. Do you know why? Do you know what the percentage of Latinos that will vote for Obama over Romney in the hypothetical poll today is? It's almost 3 to 1. It's almost 3 to 1. It's at least 2 to 1. Do you know why this administration, why people like Barack Obama are so intent on granting citizenship? Do you think it's about fairness? Do you think it's because they really want to make sure that everybody in this planet has the same access to human rights and dignity? Friends, we have 7 billion people on this planet. In another 15 years, we'll have 10 billion. Should all of them be granted citizenship? What about your children? What about the tax that you pay right now when you're in a classroom? What about the tax we all pay with the fact that our jails are overcrowded, the tax we pay in our courtroom? What about the tax you pay in the high cost of medical care? Think about the number of emergency room visits. In North Carolina alone, we pay over $2.3 billion a year. Other states that have implemented more serious laws, the numbers are much less. Why? We haven't made it, or I should say, they haven't made it as attractive a place to come. South Carolina, Georgia, also places targeted by the Justice Department, have made it onerous. Now, do we have to recognize that agriculture in this state enjoys a $75 billion robust agriculture industry, and that agriculture has some reliance on additional help? We have to recognize that. Are there legal ways to do it? Is there an H-2A program? Are there other legal means? The answer is yes, there are. Is complying with the law important? I believe that it is.
First of all, let me say I fully support the state of Arizona. What the Obama administration is doing is absolutely wrong. And the only way we're going to fix it is get a new man in the White House. Now, here's how you solve illegal immigration. You have to understand, in part, what's driving. You have to address the demand issue. You know, there's some industries in this country, agriculture in particular, where it's very, very difficult to find native-born labor. And let's think about it. Nobody sends their kid to community college or the UNC system to go and pick blueberries or crop tobacco or dig sweet potatoes. Here's how you fix the issue. Secure the border, put in place good guest worker programs that employers can actually use. The ones in place today, some can use them, but it's very complex, very cumbersome, it's very costly. And at the end of the day, you gotta be able to make your business work. You gotta be able to get to that bottom line. So you handle that aspect of it, you address the demand issue. And then there's also those cases out there, and I have one in Johnston County I learned about just the other day. Guy worked for a nurseryman for 13 years, paid taxes, never accepted a government dime, had to leave. The guy can't find anybody to take the job. Unemployment that has become a new welfare program, and then we got our welfare programs on top of that.
Right.
Well, I am a very conservative person, but I sent Sheriff Powell some money, I think it was 2 days ago. I believe in the Arizona thing, but you've got to see what's going on here. There are some bad apples in this country. They want this country to be insolvent, and they want Mexico, and they want Canada and us together, and the illegal immigrants are a big part of making that thing happen. There are 20 million, 11 million immigrants that have fake Social Security number. There's no way, unless something from the top is making that happen. I'm going to talk about oil if it's the last thing I do. We use 18.8 million barrels of oil a day. We have got our production up to 10 million barrels of oil a day. Canada's given us 3.5. Mexico's given us 1.5. We are so close to being energy independent, it's almost too scary. It's almost like somebody's planning on a nuclear war, and they want us to have enough energy to sustain ourselves. I don't have enough time, and you've got to stop there.